Hello, Leo. I'm Allison Nichols, and welcome to your yearly astrological tarot forecast. I will be focusing on July 2018 through August 2019, and I'm going to break it down for us in 4 quarters. This is a general reading, Leo, so if it doesn't resonate with you, you might want to check your rising and moon signs as well. It might resonate a little bit better depending on what the planets are doing in your personal chart. So while I'm shuffling the cards, I am going to invite you to please check out my new personalized website. I love it. And on there, you can see a lot of the articles that I have published, as well as just some fun facts and videos. And that's also where you can purchase minute packages to get a personalized reading with me. And we do it either live video or phone. So please click on the link below. And if nothing else, go there to read the articles. But I sure would love to do a reading for you as well. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and let's see what's happening with Leo, July 2018 through August 2019. We're going to do some layering, so I'm going to lay out most of the cards first, and that way we get a better reading all the way around. Let's see what overall first quarter is. Okay, I got the Two of Pentacles, which he is all about balancing. So it looks like there might be something the first quarter you might have to balance, but let's see. Second quarter, beautiful, is the Ace of Wands. So that is a new passion, a new beginning, new action, something that like entrepreneurship, something like that. Wands are usually all about action and slightly work-related. Pentacles are work-related and financial-related. So we'll see how that plays out overall. And this is going to be the third quarter. Okay. The Five of Cups, but it's reversed. So and I'm going to do the overall numerology for the year as well. So when we have the Five of Cups straight up, it usually, that's my crying over spilt milk thing. It's not seeing what's in front of you because you're so worried about what you've lost, okay, not what you've gained. But it's reversed. So I almost feel that if there is some type of a loss that comes up, either you are refusing to acknowledge it in the third quarter, or you don't view it as much of a loss. You are actually seeing the cup is half full as opposed to half empty. But let's see here, the fourth quarter. So far, great cards. Okay, all right, we got the Nine of Wands, my battle guy, my guy that has been through a battle. He won, but he is weary, battle weary. So the end of the year, you might be a little weary. We'll find out why in a minute. Now I'm going to go ahead and start working on the other layers and do a little numerology here. So we've got 9. Okay, so it's a 9 year for you. We go through 9-year cycles, 1 being beginnings, 9s being endings. So we start wrapping things up in the 9th year, which could make total sense as far as this third quarter card with the 5 being reversed, because there are some losses, but it might be that you actually knew you were going to have the losses. You're a little battle weary at the end of the year, which makes total sense in a 9 year. Even this card is a 9. So yeah, overall, the cards are actually playing out pretty well. Let's see what the layers are. So don't be too distress, Leo, if you start to notice that you have to make some endings with some things or people or situations. because that is what 9 years are all about. It's that you're making room for new beginnings, which is, it appears like there might be some action starting with the new beginning somehow. I don't know if you could see that. The Ace of Swords in the second quarter, or I'm sorry, Ace of Wands in the second quarter. So if nothing else, there's some action going on there. You found a new passion, and this is could be what's taking you through the year. So let's find out. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, cards are flying. Okay, we'll keep going here with my verifying cards. I feel this first quarter I'm getting for the second, for my verifying card for my Two of Pentacles is interesting because this is my cat and mouse card. So you're playing cat and mouse. And then I also have for the overall foundation of this quarter, the first quarter is my Two of Pentacles, my balancing act. So it's kind of interesting the way that fell. So I feel like so far the very first quarter of the year, you might be playing some cat and mouse either with someone or juggling some things. It could be financial, since I do have the Pentacles, perhaps having to play cat and mouse with finances, juggling, paying Peter to pay, robbing Peter to pay Paul. The second quarter, I have messages not going through. So that's quite interesting too. The Ace of Wands being new passion, new fire, and then I have the messages not going through for the second quarter. So that's the envelope mail, so to speak. So I feel as if in that second quarter, it's not really going to take off. Whatever this passion is that you're going to be all involved in, or new venture, maybe. I don't feel like it's going to take off quite as quickly as you would like it to. Now, the third quarter, I got the clarifying card, the lilies, but it's reversed. So lilies normally is about happy family. I'm starting to see that perhaps this not crying over spilled milk might have something to do with family. The third quarter might be all about some unhappy event that happens around family. Perhaps, I don't know, just pulling at straws here. Perhaps your daughter is gonna go through a divorce and you didn't like your son-in-law anyway, kind of thing. It's sad. You hate to see her sad, but in a way you'd still see that glass as being half full. Okay, the fourth quarter, there again we're doing more clarifying cards. The fourth quarter with my weary battled man, I actually got the ship reversed. So when it's straight up, it's your ship is coming in. So it is a symbol of riches and inheritance, or good trade, but it's reversed. So I feel like this last quarter, you're going to be a little battle weary due to snags in what it is that you're trying to get done, trying to get accomplished. Also, possibly with the money part of it, the money end of it, you're going to be a little battle weary. But because it is such a positive card, normally I feel as if you're going to sail right through, so to speak. I feel like there's some things from the previous year or years that are still going to need some cleaning up, that you haven't completely handled yet. So there is still a little bit of battle to go. It is the 9, not the 10, right? So there is still a little bit of the battle to go, it looks like, whatever that might be. But let's keep going. And Leo, July 2018 through August 2019. First quarter. Second Okay. Okay. So, what I got for this is the Four of Pentacles reversed for the first quarter. And so I feel as if the four, well, it's oysters because this is Alice in Wonderland. Sorry, but it's Pentacles. I feel as if perhaps you're feeling a little bit out of control financially the first quarter. They're again playing cat and mouse, trying to juggle. And fours are all about security and stability. So the fact that it's reversed, I feel like because of all of this, you're going to feel a little unstable this first quarter financially. All right. And I'm going to do two more layers actually to get some more clarification on this for you. And okay, so the second quarter is interesting. I feel as if there might be something. I got the devil for the clarification card here. So remember, we've got the spy reaction or thought or passion, I mean, something new that is coming, but there's a delay in getting it either sent out. If it's like if you decide you want to write, actually this sometimes these two cards together are telling me it's about writing. If you're a writer, perhaps there's a slight block, which would make sense with the devil card popping up. And the devil is about being entangled in something. It's not, it's not it's not a fun card to get by any means, but it is a good warning card to get. So it could be thought process too. Oftentimes it's addiction. The devil is like our demons within us sometimes, or what if it's a relationship we feel trapped in this relationship. So what I'm getting from this is if it would be like a writer's block thing, this would be telling me that in the second quarter, it would be important for you to face your demons, whatever it is you're afraid of, to make this happen. But if it's not about, some type of a new writing project or whatever, then you need to pay attention to what demons are stopping you from getting to here. Okay, so from getting to your passion. It's a good warning card. And it might not be even you, it could be negative talk around you too. So when I'm anxious to do the clarifying role on that also. So the third quarter is the not so sad over spilled milk, but it looks family oriented. Now I got the magician reversed. So straight up, he has all the tools to do what he wants. He can be manipulative, but in a positive way. So this is reversed. So this is usually literally somebody is manipulating you card, or you are being manipulated. So I feel this third quarter might be a little testy for you when it comes to your emotional side. So that would be anything to do with your heart, your family, of course, your relationships. This is not work related. I feel this is very much so about relationships. So I do see where, and if you would be going through a divorce, you might feel like you had been manipulated, and this is why you're not really crying over spilled milk. It's kind of a good thing. Or it could be that you realize that someone within your family is being manipulated as well, and you're the one to bring that to the forefront. You're the one to tell them that. So the fourth quarter gets a little better. All right. So remember, you're a little battle weary, and some things are not necessarily getting completely cleared up, but they're coming to the surface to get cleared up. Then I get the Six of Cups, or Six of Hats in Alice in Wonderland World. And this is great because this is actually, this has to do with old friends, the past coming back to you. And also, it has to do with giving, with, you know, charity in a way, so to speak. But for the most part, it's about your past. So I feel like in the fourth quarter, you're going to be a little battle weary about some of these issues that are popping up from your past. So that's kind of what's going on. But the good news is that you're very close to getting it all cleared up. Remember, 9 year, and this is the fourth quarter. So this is actually falling into play very well. And let's go ahead and get done with these last two. And we're good on time. And also, Leo, now that I'm looking at this, it could even be too that you're, because here we are again with an emotional card. So it could be you're feeling a little battle weary from the third quarter, dealing with all of that emotional stuff as well. Could be a family member coming back from the past also. Let's keep going though. Okay. Yeah. And then I'm going to go ahead and do this last row, excuse me, really quick. And this will be our clarifying. It looks as if on that very first quarter, everything is going to turn out all right. I got the sun. All right. So the sun can do a couple of different things. It brings things to the light. So if there's anything that was going on behind the scenes, um, the sun will bring it to the light. Or it also is happiness, so a happy ending, so to speak. And because it does appear that this is all about finances or money, um, I feel that all that juggling and playing cat and mouse with your bills and not feeling stable. I feel with the sun card coming up in that situation, I feel really good about that. So it's all going to work out. Everything's going to be just fine. It's just going to be a bit of a struggle. And I'll do numerology on all these layers also. But let me keep going. Well, I'm just dropping them everywhere. Sorry, Leo. They weren't coming out in big bunches. I'd say they were supposed to be out. All right. Good, good, good. Oh. Okay. Actually, this is really good. All right. So, this first quarter, the end result is the Ace of Cups reversed. Straight up, it's usually an offering of new love or some type of a new emotion. There again, it's another passion card, and it's a creative card, which is interesting because I do feel a little bit of creativity going on in the second quarter, but it's reversed. So it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. It actually just means that it's coming in a little slower. There's a bit of a delay for whatever reason, or it's the beginning thought of it is another thing. So it's not a complete type of thought about it. It's more of a whim. Um, So overall, on your first quarter, I do see there's going to be a bit of a financial struggle, so to speak, but it is going to end okay. And because I got this at the very end, I'm wondering if perhaps you start to turn the light, your direction, from this struggle to something a little more positive, to put your mind on and change your energy up, which is a very smart thing to do, actually. So let's go to the second quarter. And this is great too. I got the crossroads for the second quarter, which is interesting. Because remember, we started with the passion, a new passion, a new idea, a new action, entrepreneurship, something like that. But there's some type of a delay as far as getting the message across. All right. And it could have something to do with something that is binding you in some way, thought wise, energy wise, addiction wise, outside people wise. So it is about that. And then, interesting, I got, which I turned it the wrong way, both of these. I got the crossroads. Okay, so the second quarter, there is some type of a new action or something new that you are sparked about, and you're having some issues getting it moving, for whatever reason, that's going on here with the devil, and it puts you at, you just don't know, is it even worth trying? Is it even worth going for? And the final card that I have for that is yes, it is. I got the death card. The death card is all about rejuvenation, um, just rebirth, the end of a cycle, going into the beginning of a new cycle. Some things do have to die, so to speak, in order to make this happen. And it could be because this whole first quarter you were dealing with money. Perhaps this has something to do with you want to start a new venture, that can help you make money through your passion, through something that you're passionate about. So your second quarter, I believe, is going to be all about whatever this new beginning is that you're trying to do. And it is going to work. You're just going to have to stick to your guns and don't let whatever's going on up here in the middle stop you from moving forward. Now, the third quarter, which is kind of interesting, and it almost makes me wonder if this isn't about some type of traditional commitment that is going on here. Lost a little prestige through it. You were manipulated. And I got the Hierophant for the end result here. And the Hierophant, if it's in a marriage reading or a relationship reading, I would say that you're going to end up being married, because you're going to not just live together. It's going to be more in the traditional sense. He's also my spiritual advisor and religious counsel card. So I tend to wonder if this family thing that is going on doesn't have to do with something to do with some type of traditional commitment. So that would be a marriage. Either way, you feel like you've lost a little prestige with it. And, but you're going to be just fine. There's really, you might even, because of all of this, you might even turn to a spiritual advisor to talk to about what's going on, which would be that would be great advice, considering it does appear like there's some losses, there's some manipulation going on. So that could very well be the message that you need to adhere to. And it could be any type, whatever spiritual advisor makes you clearly comfortable. So that's what I'm getting for the third quarter. Now, the last and final quarter, the end of the year. All right. Okay. So remember, excuse me, remember we've got our battle weary guy and some things it appears that are popping up from the past that you're still having to deal with. Interestingly enough, I got the shattered mirror. Shattered mirror. So shattered mirror is, as we know, 7 years bad luck, right? That's what that little saying is. It doesn't mean in here you're going to have 7 years of bad luck. But I do believe there again, these are issues, troubles that are coming up from your past that has been kind of hidden and is now coming up, and you're just going to have to deal with it. I did get the Five of Wands reversed. So straight up, Five of Wands, you're holding your own. Sometimes it's teamwork, but usually it's competition. Reversed means that either the team is playing unfairly or the competition is false. So you're going to win your way out of this. Basically, it's not even really competition to you, and I think that is true because I have my 9 up here. So it is going to be a struggle down here, whatever it is that's going on up here, that you're battle weary about. But in the end, it appears that everything is happening for a reason. I feel like the way these are flowing, all of this stuff coming up from the past that you are now having to deal with is actually going to make you feel a whole lot freer in the end. So it's worth it. It's all worth it. I'm going to do one last message card for you, and then I want to do, while I'm doing that, let me quick do some numerology. Oh, interesting. Okay, so your first quarter is a 1 year or a 1 quarter. So that basically means new beginnings, which is interesting because of we got the Ace of Cups reversed at the very final card for that. So that makes great sense. So you're going to go through some new beginnings, new things coming your way, and new opportunities. Even though you're going to have to be balancing, in the end, you're going to see some new opportunities coming your way. And what is this? So your second is a 4. So fours, which is interesting because that's what you got. Fours are about building foundations. And so I do see that as happening because you're sparked about something in the very beginning, and at the very end you're moving forward with it. So it's about building foundations. So that falls into play quite well. I love it. Numerology is amazing how on it is. Okay, so let's 5. 1. Okay, interesting. So the third quarter is a 1 quarter, and that's interesting too because it appears as if there is going to be some type of a loss or something to do with having to say goodbye to something or someone, some situation or someone, because that is kind of what the Five of Cups is all about as well. You're leaving, you're saying goodbye to these guys who fell over, and these guys are up here. So that's interesting too. So that makes total sense. And let's keep going. Oopsie. Uh, wow. And 9 for the final quarter, which fell right into play. So, yes, you were absolutely in a 9 year. So, uh, the ninth year is when you're going to be releasing whatever these issues were from the past. It could be people too, It could be people that are holding you back, or you feel are holding you back, or maybe you've outgrown. We do that, all the time. So let's just see overall what the message is for Leo. Ah, celebration. Okay, so overall, at the very end of the year, by the end of August of next year, you're going to be looking back and you're going to be celebrating. So you're going to have something to celebrate about the end of the year. Okay, Leo. Well, I know that was a little long, but there was a lot of information. And just keep in mind that it could be a bit of a battle weary year, but in the end, you're going to have a celebration. So that's what I have. And I thank you so much for watching me. And I hope that you give me a like and subscribe. I am currently just doing the astrological yearly forecast, and I might start to go up to quarterly. So just kind of keep your eyes open. If this didn't resonate with you, definitely check out your rising and moon sign. So with that being said, happy birthday, Leo. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a fabulous year.